Did you know that if you kiss a love bug and it lives, you get 10 years of good luck? But if you kiss a love bug and it dies, you get 10 years of bad luck. Well, here's to getting good luck on everything I ever do ever. Hey, wait, get back here.
Yeah? You got something to say?
Come on, brat. You were about to say something. Don't be shy all of a sudden.
Hey! Leave alone her.
What?
I mean, being mean to her. Stop being mean to...
Stop being mean. Oh, what are you gonna do? Cry about it?
Yes.
Whatever.
Hey! I'm sorry. Are you okay? Sorry they said things mean to you. I mean, said mean things to you. Sorry. Trouble speaking. I mean, I have trouble speaking. Huh? Wait! I'm Gigi. Do you want to swing? I think that's the word. Oh! Okay. Let's go then! I have a confession to make. I am terrified of people. I've been told that's general social anxiety, but I don't think some understand. I'm not just afraid of talking to people. I'm terrified of stepping outside my home and having a human being near me. Just being around another person, whether it's just another person at the other side of the gym, I am hit with a terrible fight or flight panic mode. Hey there!
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
As an adult, I've become a lot better at coping with this strange fear. But as a child, I would try to hide from anyone and everything. It was a nervous, panic mess. So when I was able to make my first best friend despite this handicap, I was extremely proud of myself. Introducing a new character, Starlime! Dun dun dun! Starlime is just like you and me, an insecure kid with their own set of problems and mishaps. She also became my first best friend of my entire life because I have insecurities and flaws and other people help me be a better me. What? When I met Starlime, I was at my brink of insecurity. Considering I was 6 or 7, I had a lot of complicated things going on, like paying my Monopoly taxes and filing for divorces of my plushies. It's tough being a full-grown adult, guys. When you're 6, the world is cruel and mean. So when you got a good, fully realized adult 6-year-old as a friend too, it makes the trucking of learning basic math and science that much more easy to bear. But here's the thing about friendships, no matter what age it is. Quiz time! What is the #1 rule you should always follow when you form any type of friendship/relationship? Answer. If your friendship is built on pitying someone, it will almost always end in disaster. You'll see why in a bit. When I first started to get to know Starline, I learned a lot of terrible things about her background. Her parents had a really nasty divorce and was witnessing non-stop harassment from both them and everyone in school. Starline made it clear that she had no friends and was really lonely. This was the story she told me over and over again. And while what she presented was in fact true, she used her pain and suffering to make me feel responsible. Like it was up to me to make up for the fact that she was suffering and that I had to save her. I had to be the light in her dark world, regardless of what she would eventually do to me. Now, I know what you're thinking. Gigi, friendships you made when you were 5 are never gonna last. You're kids, duh. And yeah, you're totally right. I made this friendship when I was a baby, but this wasn't a my friend was fake or my boyfriend cheated on me with my friend type of deal. Starlime was extremely manipulative for a kid and used all of the terrible things in her life to have anyone that felt sorry for her be dragged down with her. When I first got to know Starline, she would discipline me by tearing apart my drawings or just tearing me down in general, which for some reason I felt like I deserved. So I stayed with Starlime so she could feel like she had something good in her terrible life. And also because when she did rarely give me approval, it felt nice. Like this was a deserved reward. The fact that her giving me approval happened so rarely made me feel more inclined to stay as friends. In my head, I thought that it made the punishment and discipline that much more deserved, like a dog with its master, waiting for the moments of attention and self-esteem boosting actions. Yeah, that doesn't sound really healthy no matter what age, eh? The second year of our friendship made the disciplinary actions worse. Starlime had successfully made me feel sorry for her and would take advantage of this. She became extremely controlling, not allowing me to have any friends outside of her or like anything outside of anything she didn't approve of, and apparently anything that I liked, she hated. If I didn't sit next to her in every setting where I could, she would grab my shoulders and shake me hard. I don't like people touching my shoulders because of that. And if you thought that was wild, just wait, kids. We haven't gotten to the main meat of this whole story. Now, remember when I said that I am terrified of people? Well, when I was younger, standing up to bullies was something that made me vomit. Literally. Bleh. And sometimes when Starline was made fun of, I would stay away from it. Not because I felt like Starline deserved it, but because I was afraid I was going to be picked on as much as she was. Isn't that so selfish? I was more scared of what random strangers thought of me than the person I was supposed to be best friends with. Anyways, when Starline saw that I would hide when she was bullied, that's when this event happened. So one day, she invited me to her house. We watched TV, all of her favorite shows of course, before she suggested we play tag, but with a twist. Apparently this was a game that she played with her brother all the time. I found out from her brother later, by the way, that this was a complete and utter lie. Starline then commenced to pull out a fork from her kitchen drawer and explained that the game was that whoever had the fork would tag the other by lightly, emphasis on lightly, scrape the other? I guess? This should have raised a lot of red flags for me, but I don't know. I guess I just didn't know any better. So, when our tag game commenced, she of course was it, metal fork in hand. She was faster than me, and Starlime knew this. When it started, she immediately was on my tail. And, like you'd expect, she tagged me by scraping the right side of my arm so badly, till this day, there are scars on my arm. And as I laid there on the ground gripping my right arm, I felt trapped. Starlime was my closest friend. I never had a close friend like this before. There were good parts of this friendship, like how I've opened up to her about everything, and she's my best friend. It didn't matter what she did. It didn't matter what she did. It didn't matter. It didn't... Right? No matter what the circumstances are, at least for me, ending a relationship is never easy. It's harder when you're like me and you never stood up for yourself. It's harder when you're younger too, because you don't have that past experience. You have your parents to tell you what's right and wrong, but nothing can prepare you for making a choice as crucial as ending a toxic relationship. It was several years after that event before I grew to have the courage to say no. I remember ending that friendship like it happened yesterday. It was a relatively warm day, and I was waiting for the bus. My heart was pounding because I was terrified. I was scared, but I had to do this. I had to stop this. So when the bus arrived, I got on, and I sat next to her. Starlime? I'm sorry, but we can't be friends. Sad person because... I mean, It's because you're a sad person, and I don't like you hurting me anymore. I deserve better. No, I'm not leaving you on the curb, but I'm tired. Aren't you? She told me that I would just come running back to her after this, that I would regret doing this. But I never did. I stood up for myself, and because I did, surprisingly, Starline backed off. She never hurt me or did anything outside of that. I think if anything, she was surprised that I didn't fall into the same vicious cycle of the friendship we had. Doing this marked the first time I ever actually stood up for just me. Even though this was my first big friendship, this wouldn't be the last time I stupidly had toxic relationships or friendships with other people, but those are whole other stories I'll tell you guys about later. So when I broke this friendship off, I never in my life felt so myself. To be a part of something so gross for so long can easily make you forget, oh yeah, I'm a cool person and I love myself. It's hard to take any relationship seriously when you're young. I've heard plenty of grown-ups try to belittle relationships of kids as if they might as well be the weather. But the foundations of being who you are come from the experiences you have as a kid. Do you know how hard it is to be 6 and not have any experience to help you figure out what's going on? It's wild out there, and we all gotta go through our own fair share of whatevers to grow up. Regardless of whatever happens to you guys, I believe in the choices you'll make, and I believe in you. Can I just give a huge shout out right now? Burrito Shake, Mazing, and Caden Marks. Thank you guys so much for lending your voices to this animation. It really helped bring it to life. Special shout out to my Patreons, of course. And now to you guys. Do you guys happen to have any toxic stories that you'd like to share? If you're comfortable, of course. I'm not gonna pressure anybody to do anything they don't want to. If you have any stories that you guys would like to share, just comment down below, fellas. If you guys like to follow me outside of here, I got a Twitter and Instagram that I post every single day on. So yeah, more geeky, I guess. And if you guys would like to have your artwork featured on my end credits card, check my description below and it will give you the directions that you need so that way you can have your stuff in the end credits. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe!